Hey internet, what's going on? Um, as I'm sure you've heard, there's been some pretty big news in our worlds. That of Oscar Pistorius and the death of his girlfriend. Um, I know this is a little late because today's the 15th. Yeah, today's 15th. News broke U.S. time really early on the 14th, like at 2 in the morning. Yeah, but I just didn't want to, make a video so early just to say, hey, this is what happened. Um, but yeah, he's been charged with murder of his girlfriend. And don't really want to talk about that because you can find that out yourself. I mean, it's on ESPN, which is strange. You never see athletic news there. Um, but yeah, there's so I've been reading, and there's no jury system in South Africa. It's all up to the judge. So this could have an effect as such that Oscar is going to spend the rest of his life in prison, which is not a good thing because no one. It's torturous. Um, this is going to be a huge problem for him. I mean, in his brain, in his mind, because the most important thing to a runner is their state of mind. How they think, what emotions they're going through. It all affects their ability, right? And this is such a deep, deep thing. The situations happen to him. I don't think he's ever going to come back from it. I mean, I doubt we'll ever see him, race at at an Olympic level, at a Diamond League level again. It's just it's too much of a negative effect on his state of mind. He won't be able to train the same. Nothing is ever going to be the same for him. Competitions, meets, interactions with other people. It's never going to be the same. And that kind of leads into his popularity now. I mean, he was here, right? And because of people had never seen this type of runner before, and at least in the views of the American eyes, he, this murder charge is going to be, it's not going to look good for him. I mean, even though I know we shouldn't judge someone solely on the bad things that they've done, but more, I guess, balance the good and the bad instead of just immediately pointing the bad things that have happened. But that's probably not going to happen. Everyone's always going to shun him for being a murderer, you know. Yeah, so his popularity, I mean, it's not going to be good, Like I said, I don't think he'll ever return to the highest level of athletics like he was at. And I don't know, it's such a strange thing to have happened because like every interview I've ever seen him in, he's always been the humblest, nicest man you'd ever seen. It's striking how humble he was, and for this sort of thing to happen, I mean, I had no details of his personal life. Frankly, didn't care because that it's none of my business, and I'm only looking at athletes for their athletic performance, not what goes on in their personal life. Yeah, and then I guess I've also read that he was having some domestic disputes. The South African police called that to his house numerous times because of domestic abuse. Whatever that entails. So, oh, excuse me. So I guess we'll have to wait and see some more information here, and as time goes by, I definitely don't think he'll be running this Diamond League. I mean, if he doesn't get convicted and sent to prison, let's say he makes Bond, or yeah, and this is going to be so much weighing on his mind. He's not going to be able to run this season. At least I don't think so. Maybe we'll see a return of him in the next few years. Excuse me. But I think it's highly unlikely, and we're just going to have to wait for this situation to unfold. So, thanks for stopping by.